I'm Johnny Casino, and I'm coming to you with big pink headphones on and an unpopular opinion. All my life, I grew up playing NES play action football. I had heard about Tecmobowl. People keep talking about it, but it's never something I had. I played it off and on, and I'd always kind of heard it was the game. And so recently, when I got the NES Mini Classic, Small, New, whatever they're calling these things, I was finally able to really dive into Tecmobowl. And what I figured out is it's not great. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I have fun with it. I've been playing through it, but it's really not great, especially in comparison to my favorite, which is NES Play Action Football. But as it's been pointed out to me over and over again by certain people in this community, NES Play Action Football is not the best game. With Tecmobowl, I played on my NES Classic Mini, whatever this thing is called. I played it on that, using the actual, little NES controller. I loved it. I love that little thing. For NES Play Action Football, I actually had it in my virtual console from back when I had my Wii. So I played it through my Wii U using that same controller plugged into the Wii remote. I want you to keep a couple things in mind. One, I'm not a good gamer. I love video games. If you listen to either one of my shows on Sheldon Forgotten or Generational Gamers, you'll hear I love video games, not good at them. I hope you enjoy this little analysis, and everyone can learn why NES Play Action Football is the best original NES, football game. Why it's the best. So first up is Tecmobowl. Let's see what we got here. We got 1 player, 2 player. You can coach. All right, you got an okay number of teams. Not all of them. Can't expect all of them in the early games, I guess. But you don't get to pick the second team. Because it's going to start you off in basically a season. Now, get over here to NES Play Action Football. You could do 2-player versus the computer on the same team, 2-player versus 2. But you get 4-player on this game, and you can pick what level you're playing at. The number of teams is a little bit less, granted. But once you do it, you get to pick the second team you play against unless you're playing a season. You go to kick the ball off, back to Tecmobowl. And it's a straight kick. That's all you got. No side to side, nothing. You can see it's pretty fast paced. The graphics aren't terrible. It's kind of running around. Now you go to NES. Now I understand people complain it's at an angle. But when you push up, you go up. When you push sideways, you go sideways. You don't have to push it at an angle. The graphics are a little bit less, but it zooms out a bit more unless you see more of what you're doing. You get your guy down there flashing. That's the guy you are. He runs at a normal speed. Okay, this isn't something crazy where these people are taking 40-yard strides. This is just him at a normal speed. And there's the defender. Notice, the defender guy changes. He can change who the defensive player is. Yeah. Okay, you got 4 plays there. Maybe 2 runs, maybe 2 passes. We're going to run it here. I want you to take note, I'm just able to just have people dive around me. I'm taking super long strides. I'm running circles around people. That should not be able to happen. Go again. Breaking tackles. Going around. Oh, look at this. People just falling around me. There's nothing realistic about this. Oh, wait for the high five. Yeah, great animation there, guys. Thanks. High five. Get another one going here. I think this is going to show some of the crazy stuff that you can do. Let's just run a circle around someone. Why? Oh, I don't know. That's what they do in football. Nope. Oh, there's the high five again. Same old animation. Now look at this. You got 8 plays, and you can choose to go one way or the other. Ready. Set. Now this, I'm gonna go way outside here. Getting away from the defenders. You hear that beep, 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 beep? That's me hitting the turbo button. This game has a turbo button. It doesn't last forever, and it doesn't really give you a whole lot of advantage, but it is a little bit of a turbo. I know this play looks a little unrealistic, and you can actually run this one quite a bit and get some pretty good yards on it. I know it's a little bit slow, but it's a little bit more realistic in that way. And once you get hit, if you notice here, my energy is down. If I run that play again, I'm gonna fumble. Later on, I run that same play. All right, and like I said, it's a little more realistic. I'm not just able to blow past people. I can't just run circles around people and knock off maybe a tackle, but then I'm gonna get put down. Here's the important thing. Look here, we're about to have a referee timeout. The referee comes out, and it shows that I actually made the yardage with the referee timeout showing the yards. This is amazing. Okay, let's do some passing plays on Tecmobowl. Okay, you have to cycle through your receiver, and when they throw the ball, your receiver stands still. You can't just pick a receiver by pushing a direction. You have to cycle through it, and where the ball is going is known by the defense. Every time. See, you throw the ball, and he goes to that exact spot, right where the receiver is. If you're covered, but there's no having to move to the ball. There's no secrecy with throwing who the ball is going to go to. And once again, yeah, that high five. Now with NES play action football, like I said, 8 plays, 4 runs, 4 passes. You got off to the side or as drawn. Zooms out. Okay, still, graphics aren't super great. But it zooms out, and you can pick what receiver you want to throw to by pushing right, up, or left. And then once you do it, the little arrow, your receiver has to run to the ball. You have to take control of him and make him catch the ball. Let's see what this touchdown animation looks like. Oh, that's right. It shows him burning the guy behind him. Look at this. These are much better animations.
Ready, set, hunt.
Let's do another pass here. Go back. Once again, you have to run for the ball. Get the guy to the ball. Run it in. Now, I have missed many, many passes in this game for this reason, but that's how it goes. You have to get the guy to the ball. Another touchdown, and look at that, a different animation because I dove across. Now here, I got my backup quarterback in, and I throw the ball, and it's a bad throw, and my guy can't get to it. Passing complete. Backup quarterback. But, go in, do some substitution, change out my quarterback, put in my starter that I had to take out earlier because he was hurt. Pick another pass play.
Ready, set.
And now, with my starting quarterback in, because I can change him, unlike Tecmobowl, I can go and lay the pass right where I need it, catch it for the touchdown. Let's see what the animation's going to be. Oh, an end zone catch animation. Didn't see that in Tecmobowl.
Ready, down.
Alright, so we're going to look at some defense here. I want you to look. So, before the play, I'm changing my guy. Now, if you notice, I'm not changing my guy anymore after that. I can't change him. And I couldn't get to the guy. But once again, when they go to throw the ball, it labels where it's at. And my guy didn't change until he intercepted the ball. Once again, I got to pick a guy, and I got to stick with that guy the whole time. Labeled it. I could not change to get to the guy. Now I'm screwed. I'm also not good, and I dove past the guy. I admit it.
Ready.
Now look at this. NES play action football. One, you're not just picking a defense based on their offense. You're picking an actual defense. No changing beforehand, but I can instantly change when the play starts. Instantly change the guy closest to the ball, nail their quarterback. Oh, look at that. Once again, instantly change, get in there, nail the quarterback.
Ready.
But now look, he's having to change his quarterback. Instantly change, get in there. Well, can't get into it. But now I can instantly change to the guy closest to him and try to get in the way of the ball. But once again, you have to move that defender to catch the ball. Instantly change, go after him, but I can keep changing the whole time. Now, it's not impossible to make big plays. I wanted to show that. It's not that Tecmobowl is the only place you can make the big plays, but you have to actually work for them and find the holes. So again, change my guy, go after him, getting blocked. And this time, I'm getting burned. I'm not getting burned because I can't change my guy. I'm getting burned just because I picked the wrong defense for their offense. And away he goes. Now, on Tecmobowl, my guy would be speeding up super fast to come catch him. Doesn't happen that way in here. More realistic. Alright, we're going to look at kicking here. You notice you get to pick your power. That's it. Your power. You can't really miss unless you just don't get any power. Once again, this guy... Okay, so in NES play action football, when you're kicking, you have to stop it in the middle. Otherwise, you will miss that extra point. You're not just about power. But you do it right, you get it through. And then what do you get? A sweet animation. Now let's look at the punt returns.
Ready, set, punt.
So they go left and right. You can punt it out of bounds. You can punt it sideways. When it goes up, you have to move your punt returner. He's not just standing in the right spot. If you don't move him, he's going to have to run after the ball. Move him up a little bit. Nope. Still got to get under there, or he has to go after the ball. But if you move him up right, you'll see, look at that. He catch it as he's running, and away you go. So the last part, the part I know everyone wants to know about, how are those cheerleaders? Well, here's your Tecmobowl cheerleaders. Definitely a product of their time period. And, you know, the graphics are what they are. Once again, product of their time period. Look back through, you know, it's a number of things that really do it. I mean, the graphics are better for Tecmobowl, granted. Tecmobowl is a little bit of a faster game, granted. But the fact that you actually have to put some real skill into playing NES play action football, that's what matters to me. Now, later iterations of these two games changed the story a little bit. Tecmo Super Bowl, which was actually, it came out on the NES and the Super Nintendo, was actually, it fixed a lot of the problems. It didn't fix everything, though. Later in the life of the Super Nintendo, they came out with Tecmo Super Bowl 3, which they call like the final edition or something like that. And that came out in 95. And they came out with Super Play Action Football, which came out in 92. Tecmo Super Bowl 3 definitely was the winner. They fixed a number of things. They made it where you could fumble. They made it where you had substitutions. They made it where you had injuries. They made it where you could change the weather. These are all options that you had before the game even started. With Super Play Action Football, they kind of went in the wrong direction. They zoomed it in where you're a little bit closer looking in as your player. But the problem that comes up is that you can't see your receivers, and you see a little map of the field on the side. And that map has the dots that show where these receivers are, and you can't see anything. You know, with the original it zoomed out so far, which made the graphics worse, but it made it where you could really see what was going on. So I hope you liked my analysis of these two games. I'm going to try to do more of these. If you have ideas for other unpopular opinions, or just anything, any two games you think I should try to go through and do a little analysis of, let me know. Please leave comments below. Please subscribe to the channel. You hit me up at Johnny_Casino on Twitter. You can listen to Shelved and Forgotten or Generation Gamers podcast, both on iTunes and the Dayspace Podcast Network. Please let me know what you think. Thanks.